Hey everyone, I'm here at Babylonstoren. It's a unique garden on one of the oldest Cape Dutch farms at the foot of the Simonsberg in Franschhoek Valley. I've been wanting to visit for years to see and experience this place for myself. It's an incredible place. There are more than 300 varieties of plants in the garden, and they're all edible. The garden was designed in a formal style by the French architect Patrice Taravella, and it was modelled on the Dutch East India Company's garden, which was used as a refueling station for the ships that were sailing around the Cape in the 1600s. Each area has its own unique feel or purpose or produce. I've wanted to visit Babylonstoren for ages, not only because of its incredible beauty and its uniqueness, but because there are very few places that are envisioned with the garden at the center of the design. The garden it's really the heart of this place, and actually Babylonstoren epitomizes why I started this channel in the first place. You'd find it difficult to leave this place without a deeper interest in gardening and nature. Babylonstoren works as a whole integrated ecosystem, with everything that's grown in the garden being used in the restaurants and the hotel. Everything from the fruit, vegetables, herbs, nuts, the honey and the eggs. You can literally pick the food that the chef will cook for you. It's all as organic as possible, using natural pest control methods like this insect hotel, which is a shelter for insects, both pollinators to fertilize and predators that will help keep the pests away. Birds are encouraged throughout the gardens with spaces for bird nests. These pecan ducks walk around the garden eating slugs and snails and come home to roost in the evening, although sometimes they need a bit of encouragement to leave the cool streams and ponds, and they need to be shepherded home from time to time. And I love how they've taken the theme or functional aspect of a space and added elements of play into it that the whole family can experience. Like here in the wild bird section of the garden, there are these human-sized weaver's nests, perfect for a cool afternoon of daydreaming or reading. Or the honeybee section with its hives positioned safely within a walled garden, but you still get to see voyeuristically into the workings of a hive. And I love the attention to detail all over the garden with beautiful design details that sometimes give you clues or hints at what's to come, or even just the simple old-fashioned technology on these new gates. The garden is watered using one of the oldest irrigation methods, the rill. Rills are basically channels that run through a garden, watering specific areas and trees. They're often fed from a nearby river, and these rills run throughout Babylonstoren and can be guided using a combination of sluice gates to change the direction to an area that needs watering. Okay, so now close it. So now watch. Wait.
What's going to happen next?
It's going to fill up.
Wait, it's still going.
It's okay, it'll fill up. Watch.
Look at that.
Now, starts to flow down. There are free guided tours every hour, but if you want to do it on your own, ask any of the gardeners questions. Everyone here is passionate about the gardens and is free with their knowledge. We were invited into the main food garden and shown the extensive pumpkin collection. Every shape and color and size you could imagine.
The world is now against plastic, am I right?
Yeah.
Right now, today, I'm going to show you how to make an organic Pumpkinzela. 100% biodegradable. Alright, so all you need is a pumpkin stalk like this. So I cut it. As you can see, it is open. Down there, it is open. So I'm going to blow it. And then this one is quite tricky, So I'm just going to clean a little. Yeah, that one is okay, like this. And then I have to cut it There we go. So, it is sealed. Just to prove it. Just to prove that it is sealed. I'm gonna blow it. Nothing. The next step and the final step and the golden secret to this one is you have to make a slit right in the center, like 2 meters in length. 2 centimeters, sorry. Length, like this. And there's my Pumpkinzela. Look at me.
Pumpkinzela.
The Pumpkinzela. Oh, okay.
No way.
How cool is that?
As I've mentioned, you can help yourself to any food growing in the gardens. Just make sure it's ripe.
It was nice and soft. Ooh!
The actual entrance into the garden is unassuming. You'd think you're just going through a little farm side gate, and then you're hit by this wave of lavender, both smell and color. Once you're past that, the bullfrog water garden was an instant hit with our kids and a welcome cooling start. I think we've chosen the hottest day to visit. Some interesting things to look out for is the incredible collection of Clivia growing in the shade of the indigenous wild olives. But you'll have to come here in spring to really appreciate them. We didn't get to see any of the flowers. This prickly pear maze is interesting. No one will be taking shortcuts, that's for sure. Apparently the Jan van Riebeeck rose covering the arbors in the garden came from a cutting of the original rose that was planted in the Cape in the 1700s. The spice house is amazing. Don't be intimidated by these closed doors. Inside is just this tropical paradise. And I mean, take a look at the size of these leaves. The puff adder walk with its collection of bonsais is as beautiful and interesting as it is mesmerizing. And then there's the Clivia house. The Clivia collections have grown over the years from collectors bequeathing their collections and other benefactors. Then there's the succulent house, the indigenous garden, the cycad garden. We even walked to the far end and did this cool forest walk through the combination of indigenous forest and eucalyptus alongside the stream with its arum lilies in abundance. And this took us over waterways to a rice paddy, rows of fruit trees, and then back into the Clivia walk for some much needed shade. The healing garden itself is something you could get lost in with its cleverly arranged design around the human body. There's just so much information to take in. I just wish I had more time. I haven't even mentioned the beautiful greenhouse restaurant, which it was too busy for us to wait for a table with a 3-year-old that was starting to get cranky. Oh, and talking of kids, I forgot to mention that a great start for kids is right at the entrance where you can buy donkey food. As a side note, I wondered what donkey food was, but it turns out it's just carrots, although I have to say they were the best looking carrots I've ever seen in my life. There was still so much we didn't get to see. With Babel restaurant, we managed a quick look at the little shops, delis, bakery, milk and cheese room, meat room, but there just wasn't enough time. But that's okay, we've left enough to do for next time. But this isn't the kind of place you could only visit once or twice. There's an old gardening proverb, a garden is never finished, and I get the same feeling with this place. You could keep coming back again and again and discovering new plants in bloom, new fruit turning ripe, new corners unexplored, and really those are all the same reasons why I love being a gardener. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with someone who might like to visit Babylonstoren. If you love gardening or want to learn more about gardening, please consider subscribing. And when you're next in the area, you really have to visit Babylonstoren.